And we are live. Woo! Yes! Stealthbat, how you been?
Ding 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 ding. Sorry, I'm just really sickly high on this song. And I tell you what, I'm going to share it with you. It's
Oh,
the
go
middle of
ahead.
July, and the temperature is high. Our feet begin to swell, and the pavement's hot as well. Well, well, well. Christmas in, Christmas in, Christmas in July. Open up your special gifts for the Rotten and Hairy guy. Hey, Christmas in, Christmas in, Christmas in July. Have some fun and stay inside because it's hard enough to fry an egg. Seriously, it really is.
Yeah. Try going through one part of town to the other without air conditioner in a vehicle.
Tis the season to be boiling. Fa la 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 la.
So I guess you're doing well. I guess because you're always in
Yeah,
high.
yeah. Just drinking my good vibes, staying out of the sun. Same old, same old.
Oh yeah, I gotta work in this heat, so I feel the pain that you're talking about.
Dude, I have so much pity for you.
Yeah, but
I
hey,
I feel your pain because I used to be a cart pusher at Sam's Club. Oh my
oh,
God, the seasons that I had to be outside, oh, it's a nightmare.
oh yeah.
There was even this one time where I kid you not, I had to get rubber slip-ons that go over your shoes while you're wearing them just to walk on the ice as I was pushing the carts over ice.
Yeah, mail carriers got to do the same thing at times. If they got walk outside the vehicle, they got to put slip on some the spikes.
Yeah, but seriously though, I had so much rubber on my feet, I felt like a goddamn a firefighter. But the thing was, I wanted to be a firefighter because at least there would be a fire next to me.
Oh yeah. So I guess you're doing well. I'm doing well. So let's
Let's
talk about
talk some talks.
yeah. So let's talk about some movies that still hold up even by today's standards. You go
Ooh,
first.
and this is just a joke, by the way, but so movies that hold up that are okay. Let me start over. Oh, so movies that hold up, huh? How
Yeah.
about Death to Smoochie?
Captain Smoochie. I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh God, do yourself a favor. Don't.
Okay.
Do yourself a huge favor. Don't watch it. It is a film that takes on a parody of an old kid's folk tale of how they wanted to kill Barney when they become a teenager.
Oh my god.
And they made a movie off of it. Somehow, this one kid's plot that literally took 2 seconds to explain, they stretched it out, gave it depth, and actually hired people to be in it and gave it a AAA budget. And there you have it, Death to Smoochie.
Oh god.
I'm not kidding.
Oh yeah.
And somehow they got Robin Williams to play in it.
Oh god. Oh man. I mean, I can remember. I mean, I just recently saw the. I just today I saw the latest installment, of course, the Jurassic World Volume 2. I
Mm-hmm.
saw that today. Good, great film. Ending was a little weak, but I highly recommend it because it still has that Jurassic Park vibe to it, but it felt like more like the Lost World than anything. But still, it was still a
Mm-hmm.
good film. So, speaking, I had to mention, the original Jurassic Park. I mean, oh my goodness, that is such a good
Yeah.
movie. I mean, even by today's standards, the CGI, the just
Mm-hmm.
looks amazing. I mean, it still looks like if it's,
Yeah.
it looks like you can literally touch the dinosaurs if you actually were
Right.
there.
Yeah. Now, before you go on to Jurassic Park 2 and then get caught for a half an hour just praising its glory, I just got to tell you, um, right before Jurassic World was announced, and they announced that they were going to reboot the series, or in a sense, or before they announced that they were going to bring it back with Jurassic World, I was thinking, Jurassic Park 3's already hit us. And literally Jurassic Park 3 ends with the dinosaurs flying away from on the island, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh my gosh. And so literally, I was thinking for the next year and a half, the next Jurassic Park 4, as I was thinking, would literally start and open with a raptor walking down Main Street, finding an open door of some kid's house, walking in the door and looking on the floor with their kids, next to a TV, all wrapped around in a circle having a birthday.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, when I heard that there was me a Jurassic Park 4, but I mean, I did think that yes, the third installment was the weakest, but I of course rewatched it and I think, you know what? I do respect, the original part, the original Jurassic Park trilogy, but I still have a special place for all the Jurassic Park films I've seen in my heart because yes, I'm addicted to dinosaurs as a child, still am, but that's one of the many things I do not want to talk about right now because I can go on forever why I like dinosaurs.
Oh, dude. Here's the thing. Jurassic Park 1, classic.
True.
Jurassic Park 2, not so much a classic, but still holds up.
That's so
Jurassic
true.
Park 3 took itself way too seriously.
Yeah. I mean, the second one was kind of not. It's still a classic, but not like a hardcore classic like the first
Uh-huh.
one. But it's still a good film. But yeah, the plot was kind of awkward. But the worst of all three, it had to be the third installment because yeah, at the ending, three pterodactyls did escape, but after that, we don't know what happened because for all I know, they could have died in the ocean or something. I don't know.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Whenever a YouTuber, or at least he started as a YouTuber or something like that. Anyhow, he's now a regular guy. He runs a show called by the name of his Nostalgia Critic on Channel Awesome. Anyhow,
Yeah.
he reviewed Jurassic Park 3. And at the end of it, he had this funny ass dialogue. It's like he was talking. He gave dialogue to the baby. I forgot what pteranodon or
The
what were those things?
the pterodons?
The pterodactyls. Yeah, the
Yeah,
pterodactyls.
pterodactyls. I was saying it
Yeah.
starts with a P, but the P is silent.
Yeah. The pterodactyls. He gave there was a mama pterodactyl and a baby pterodactyl. He gave dialogue to the two pterodactyls as they were flying alongside the helicopter, and it's like, "Mommy, are we going to New York?" Yes, yes, daughter. We are going to have a feast there. It's like, are we really gonna eat them? Yes, Fievel. We will make their insides the outsides, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah,
Well,
nostalgia. Doug Walker, please don't sue me.
oh yeah. Well, I do see why people hate the third one because yeah, it's also the shortest of the original
Hello?
trilogy. I'm here.
Uh, uh, you cut out there for 6 seconds.
Well, okay. Well, let me just rephrase because
Yeah, go ahead.
well, even though even though Jurassic Park 3 was the shortest of the original trilogy, I still have respect for it because it's like I would consider it canon, but it's a canon event, but it probably wasn't the best installment because it was even though they did not have the T-Rex in it. Well they did have a T-Rex, but it was killed off. So
No, that wasn't the canon. I mean, no. That
I
wasn't
can I
canon.
can
No. What that was a pistol aimed at its own head.
no canon as in it's official part of the storyline.
No, I know what you're saying. I was making fun of canon for being canon.
Uh, oh, I get it now. Uh, uh, I think we need to be on the same length at times, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, so now for my turn.
Okay.
So, one of my favorite trilogies of all time before they ruined it with number 4 and just recently told me that there was a number 5 that snuck in somewhere and I need to get some rat poison out for that little bastard. The Home Alone series.
Oh god, such a good franchise, but now we consider crap.
Oh, no. Number 3 was considered crap by most, but I still consider it a pretty good classic. But number 4 is utter garbage. It had medium movie budget, which actually I'd have to give them credit for that. They actually were wise enough to realize that their story was shit. So they didn't give much budget to it.
Wow.
I mean, oh my god, I love these guys. They actually knew what they were delving into. And I haven't even seen number 5. All I know is it exists somewhere and I want it locked in a closet right now. But number 2 and 1, like Home Alone and Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, oh, I mean, I could literally just watch the Traps series, the trap section of each movie, where the bad guys fall for the kids' traps.
Uh-huh.
Oh, let me tell you, I will go into a coma. I'll laugh so hard.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Well, I've only seen the first 2. I mean, from beginning and bits and pieces of the third one, I think, because I knew there was a new installment, but I didn't know which one. But it was, I think it was at school or something, but back in middle school or something. But I mean, like, I asked what movie is this, and say it's Home Alone something. I can't remember which one it was, but they said it was the new Home Alone. I was like, is this Home Alone? I mean, it was like new cast, new everything.
Now, funny thing is, Home Alone 3, although not cherished as much as the first 2, believe it or not, had a better plot that actually made sense as opposed to the first 2. It was over the top, yes, and highly unlikely, of course, but it was actually done in a way that made sense that, like, yes, this could actually happen.
Uh-huh.
So, now you know the plot for number 3, right?
I probably wouldn't know it that well, because describe it for me. See if I've.
Yeah. I can explain it in under 60 seconds. So basically, it starts off with this computer chip developed by a third-party agency that if you slap this chip on a missile, it can't be targeted or shot down by radar. No one can stop it. Unstoppable missile. So then while they tried to sneak it away in a toy car, the agents, as they're getting on the airplane, accidentally get their baggage mixed up with an old lady as she was coming off the airplane. After they try to chase down the old lady, and yes, I know this is the only part that doesn't make any sense, because how hard is it to chase down an 89-year-old walking down the hallway? I mean, what the hell, are these guys the dumbest criminals in all of history? But no, so anyhow, the old lady happens to be the neighbor to this kid, Alex. And so the old lady was hiring the kid to snow shovel her get the snow off of her driveway. So whenever he was done, she didn't have any money for him, so she said, "Here, have a toy car." And of course, the toy car has hidden inside it the chip. And so they try to track him down, and chaos ensues.
Mike, I think I've seen bits and pieces of that one. So I think I have seen bits of the third one then now, because I'm not for sure. I think that's the.
Still cut out.
Well, I think I've heard of that one. I think I've seen bits and pieces of Home Alone 3 then. So yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. This is one that I mentioned to you a while back, but Sandlot.
Oh, right in my heart. Oh my God.
I saw it.
Oh,
I saw it about two.
oh,
I mean, I saw it like 3 months ago. I mean, like, oh man, I can't believe how good that film is, even though by today's standards. I mean, my goodness.
oh my God. Yes. 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 Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. Oh, let me tell you, I loved Sandlot. Oh my God. One of the first movies my parents ever bought me on VHS. Sandlot. Oh, loving it.
Man, I hold that movie dear to my heart, not because of the not because of all the stories you got in it, but it's just that it's like a really iconic film.
Oh, not to mention the best use of an erector set ever.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, when they were trying the holy grail
I,
ball.
I best use of an erector set ever.
I mean, like they were trying to using high tech, low tech ways to get a stupid baseball, and yet all they could have done is ask the guy if they
Oh,
can retrieve the ball.
oh, and major ball points for being the one and only film to go as far as actually use the insult correctly. The insult I'm talking about,
I know which one
you
you're talking
play ball like a girl! Oh my God! I swear to God, that was the voice that was heard around the world.
And just the reactions to the opposing team's faces were like, what?
Oh dear Christ! They felt like, oh, you done wound us up now. We don't gotten. I'm sorry, we don't have any glory fun bags in our bag of tricks to top that one. You bought the farm.
Oh yeah. I mean, of course, when they actually get the ball back, oh
I
my God,
know,
that
I know.
chasing is like, well done. I forgot
Yeah,
how exciting that is.
and then all of a sudden, this evil devil dog is one of the nicest dogs you could ever pet.
Yeah, I mean, like I mean, when I was a kid, I was like, is that dog really that big and mean? I mean, just seeing its shadow and how huge it was, I was like, oh my
Oh my God!
goodness.
I swear to God, he was literally the definition of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Towards the dog.
I mean, all he needed was a couple of nuts coming out of his cranium, and you could have called him Frankenweenie.
Oh man, I am just amazed how well that movie holds up. Not just on a story format, but also how they can teach anyone a
Hmm.
lesson about life. Because I always considered. I didn't know. I heard this term a few times in the anime community called the slice of life. That's
Yes.
that's a truly a slice of life film. You have to see that film.
Hmm.
I,
Yes.
I mean, I mean, if you're into insults, crazy kid antics, you should definitely watch
Hmm.
The Sandlot because it's an iconic film, one of the best films of all times. Even though it did get a sequel, which I have not seen, but it still has.
Hmm.
I mean, like just seeing James Earl Jones playing a blind man is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I forgot James Earl Jones was in that film until I saw it recently. I'm like, and I call myself a
Hmm.
fan.
Oh my God. Yes. Now
So your
let's
turn.
talk about one of my all-time favorites. Oh boy, this one shoots me over the roof each time I watch it, and each time I'm done watching it, I just want to press that rewind button and watch it all over again. Independence Day. The first one. No, no, not number two. No,
Not.
we're not that far in the future just yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I remember seeing Independence Day in theaters. I'm like, I mean, just the look to the spaceships, the aliens, everything was
Hello?
amazing. I'm still here.
Dude, you cut out for another 10 seconds.
Well, I was just saying how amazing the spaceships and aliens looked, and
Uh-huh.
the dog fights.
Right, right.
Man,
Yeah.
I want to
Oh,
watch that movie right now if I can find it on Netflix or something.
And let's not forget what Independence Day is best known for: the one-liners.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! It's just like, God, what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Help me out here. The black guy.
Will Smith.
Thank you, Will Smith. Will Smith. Um, Will Smith. He crashes. He crashes the alien ship, and the alien fighter is like, "Oh yeah." It's like, "Who's the man? Who's the man?" And he walks up to them. It's like, "Oh, where you at? Where you at?" Which at first I think it's a Bruce Mobile commercial, but but no. He opens up the compartment. Is like the alien starts coming out. Is like. And so he just gets down there, wastes no time, and just punches him right in the cranium. And it's like, welcome to Earth. And then he gets out his cigar and then just looks at that and says, now that's what I call a close encounter.
How can we forget how good a film that film is? People get shit for the second one, but I still think the first one's a classic.
No. The reason why the first one was a classic is because of those one-liners, man. The one-liners was perfect harmony with the over-the-top action sequences and drama and everything. It was perfect. Yeah. Number two, it had nice action sequence and drama, but no one-liners. Where was the one-liners that we loved so much?
Yeah, there's always one line that sticks out, like course in Jurassic Park. Hold on your butts. Been said who knows how many times as Samuel L. Jackson, which you didn't know was in until I told you about it.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. That's still a rough. That's a sore spot with me.
Yeah. I get it, but there's a lot. It's always the one-liners or a special moment in the film, and of course the one-liners in Independence Day stood out more than anything.
Oh, and how about this one for a classic that still holds up? Back to the Future.
Oh yeah. Well, even though it's my turn, I'll let you talk about
okay.
That.
I'm so sorry.
Well, okay, let's go ahead and quickly talk Back to the Future and I'll do two, and then we'll call it. Okay.
Sounds good. Back to the Future. Oh, even the trilogy, all three of them hold up incredibly well. Universal Studios instantly knew what they had when they were trying to make these.
Oh, exactly. I swear, I've probably seen Back to the Future 3 so many damn times, I probably lost count.
And I swear, for all the film's sake, they coined the phrase heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, oh, this is heavy. It's like, oh, that's heavy. It's like, heavy. It's like, what's wrong with the future? Is there something wrong with your gravitational pull?
Well, the first one was very well done. There were probably a few things that will not match by today's standards. But there was recently I can't remember where I saw this, but there was one scene where it cut out where Doc and Marty was having a conversation. He was like, "What if I come back gay?" And Doc said, "Marty, don't worry about being happy." You see this? You see what I'm talking about?
That was not in the film. If that was done, that was either done as a parody or a cartoon.
No, it was the deleted scene.
Whoa.
Yeah, I can't remember I saw it, but there was a deleted scene of that conversation. And I was like, that scene exists?
Oh my God. I've seen the deleted scenes for the first movie, but now I gotta go watch the deleted scenes for the second film.
Oh yeah. Well, the second movie was way, way, way better because even though it predicted a few things wrong, it did predict a few things that did happen.
Oh no. The first thing that it did wrong was it's like okay, but hey Doc, it's raining. No, wait 5 more seconds. Wait 5 more seconds. It's like right on the tick. Oh, that's the future, all right. Too bad the post office isn't as efficient as the weather service.
Oh yeah,
I mean, come on.
yeah.
Seriously?
Ability to control the weather. Wow, that's interesting. Uh, so yeah, and I mean, what do you think of the third one? Still,
What's your next pick?
well, okay. My next two picks are this. Okay, this is an this one kind of scared me as a child. Okay, and
Ooh.
I recently saw it again. Didn't scare me, but as much. But I have respect for it now. Do you remember a movie called The Dark Crystal?
Oh, yes. Yes, I know the Dark Crystal.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know I didn't know we're gonna get puppet shows in this.
Oh yeah. I mean, like it's one of my. I mean, it was one. Of my, I mean, it was one of those films that really kind of freaked me out.
Hmm.
That everybody knows about because everyone knows about how amazing the Dark Crystal is. I mean, the story, just seeing the story, just watching it over again, like 2 months ago or so, I was just amazed at how beautiful that film is now.
Hmm.
I mean, it just that one of the it's one of the few films that you have to respect because it was meant to make kids scared. That was the purpose.
Uh-huh.
And it and plus there was like they had to redo the entire audio deal. They had to redo the audio because it was in a it was in a weird language, and they
Hmm.
had to literally find a way to dub it. And if you wonder why it has bad voice acting, well, that's why, because they had originally to make up a fictional language, but yet they had to really rewrite the script to match the lip. So, I mean, that was just weird. I mean,
Hmm.
that's just one of the facts that I just recently learned about the film, and I'm like, this is one of the most amazing pieces of work of all time.
Yes.
Uh, what do you want to say about the Dark Crystal? If you want to say anything about it.
Nothing really to say about it. It's a pretty good gem. Although I would say this, it wasn't exactly to my liking. It kind of gives me an upset stomach each time I watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand if you have a little sense of stomach and all, but I have I have respect for it now because even though it scared the shit out of me as a kid,
Hmm.
and
So,
my last pick, I I recently I I seen it before, but I kind of originally rewatched it. I originally bought it on Blu-ray. It's the original Clash of the Titans. Boy,
Clash of the Titans.
it it came out in '81, so it, it of course was recently remade. I think it was remade like 5, 6, like 7 years ago or so. It was very
Hmm.
recent, and of course I didn't see it because it didn't please me. But the title sounded familiar, so last year I was just bumming around a, a retail store, and I saw Clash of Titans, and I looked at it and say, "This looks." I mean, they showed a few pictures on the back. I say, "This looks familiar. These pictures look familiar." So I bought it and watched it. And I actually saw this as a child in school,
Hmm.
and it had that old school stop motion picture, that stop motion action deals. I mean, like it was just one of the most. I mean, like, yeah, it looks cheesy as hell, but you gotta realize this was way before CGI. People, I
Yeah.
mean,
Now
No, go ahead.
you do realize that they remade this film in 2010, right?
Yeah, yeah, I knew they remade it a few years ago. I didn't remember when, but I
Hmm.
knew it was the last, 10
Yeah.
years or so.
But the 1981 film was still pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Even though you do see a woman's breast and it's PG-13, no PG, it's PG,
Oh man, dude.
and I'm like, this
See,
is
that's exactly how you should rate a film that has naked breasts in it. You know.
Well, this was the '80s standards, and plus at the time it didn't have that PG-13 rating,
Okay.
so I mean, And plus, we can get on debate on whether it should have been R, but I don't want to go into that debate. But I mean, like,
Right, 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 right.
because
Back on
just
topic.
yeah, back on topic, please. But just looking at it again makes me have respect for any film that had to, do everything by hand. They had to
Hmm.
make sure it wasn't too, choppy when they're doing the animations. I mean, it was just one of the best films of all times, and yet, I mean, I'm not sure how. I mean, yeah, the Clash of the Titans remake got a sequel, Wrath of the Titans, I believe it was called. I
Hmm.
think, yeah, because I knew there was Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans, so I couldn't remember which was which. But I mean, I can go on and on how say how the original Clash of Titans was, but yet
Hmm.
it's just that one of the things was just the story was amazing. I mean, I can say amazing as much as I want, but you have to watch it to see it to believe it.
Hmm. All right. Well, I've got another one for you.
Okay, let's do each one more, then we'll call it.
Okay, okay. Well, I mean, I've got plenty more for that. I mean, I've got tons in comedy, but there's just this one that just is very close to my heart that I just want to mention, and actually two more for each person. Okay, two more.
Okay, we can do.
Okay, so and both of these, the two I'm about to mention, kind of rival each other in terms of animation style and story. So the first one I'm going to mention is from the year 2000, Titan AE.
Oh, I have seen that, and I'm like amazed at how beautiful that film was.
Oh yeah, I mean the CGI was astronomical for its time, and it had some of the best voice acting, not to mention some of the most superb music scores I have ever heard in an animated film. But the
Yeah.
thing is, can you really call it an animated film because it's almost all CGI? But there are some scenes where there's actually full drawn animation.
Uh huh.
So it kind of blends the reality between animation and CGI. So,
Yeah. I mean, for some odd reason, I had a feeling that there would be a sequel because the
and
way
this was kind of it, this one was let's see, how should I say, um this one was almost around the same time. It was 2 years later.
uh huh.
um Treasure Planet.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it, but I never got a chance to see it. But I may if I find it on a DVD clearance sale or something, I may
Hmm.
pick it up.
Now I'll say this about Treasure Planet: they're never going to say that it was to cash in on the success of Titan AE, although I know that's the reason why they created it. Because
Yeah.
Titan AE wasn't Disney, Treasure Planet was, and I could instantly see that they were trying to cash in on the whole space adventure concept, and I knew that's what they were doing. But even if you know that, Treasure Planet stands on its own as a really good film. It's a little bit kid friendly, and I respect it for that. But as far as it goes kid friendly, there's almost just as much for adults here as there are for kids. It's a wonderful film.
Yeah. So
So,
th- so those are your last two films that you want to
yes.
talk? Okay. Okay. My last two. I want to talk about comedies because I've always been into comedy.
Oh, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
One is called Super Troopers. Oh my goodness, that is one of the most hilarious comedy films I have seen ever. I mean,
Ooh.
yeah, it's an underrated film. I mean, even though it recently did get a sequel, but it still makes me wonder how messed up do you have to be to join a state patrol? I mean, the antics they were doing will probably get anybody fired. I mean, there. I remember this one part where a guy actually was butt naked, except for his crotch, who had a bulletproof cup. You still there?
So,
Okay.
Have you heard of the film Reno 911? That's almost the same thing.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I think I think one of my aunt's husbands one of my uncles watches that. And I've been thinking about watching it myself. So I mean, it's on
Hmm.
Hulu, so I may try to get that a try.
Okay. And what's
And
your second pick?
well, and my this is my last pick, and I need to say something
Hmm.
else after this. Oh God, there's so many great films I'm gonna pick, but if I had to choose one more, okay, this is kind of like an unknown film that you kind of need to know about it.
Hmm.
It's called Black Dynamite.
Oh.
Oh, you must have heard of this one.
Uh, sort of.
Okay,
Sort of.
it's one of those black um, comedies where it's a
Black stereotypical films.
yeah, where the main cast is black and it's written by blacks. I mean,
Yeah.
it's actually one of the best comedies I've seen in a long time. It literally makes fun of a whole lot of white people. Let me just say that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the humor in this one is like I want to say it's like dark humor because there's a lot of violence, sex, and other stuff that's going on.
And a lot of black people with nunchucks, apparently.
Oh yeah, but I mean, there's even some of their names are like weird, like bullhorn, sweet corn, or I mean, I thought
Sugar Daddy.
sugar daddy. There's even a guy that looks like Captain Kangaroo.
Oh, God.
I mean, it looked like a picture perfect Captain Kangaroo. I mean, like,
What? You hip hop? You just don't stop.
yeah, and what makes matters worse, there was a short-lived animated series on Cartoon Network.
Oh, dear Christ.
I mean, like it was. I mean, it did references some things in the film from the film. I'm like, oh my god, oh that was from the film. Or yeah, that was
Uh-huh.
definitely from the film. But they were really making fun of things that came out in the '80s, like Knight Rider,
Hmm.
and and I wish I could go on and on, but yeah, it was just so much, slapstick comedy with dark humor mixed into it.
Hmm.
I mean, it has to be one of the most underrated films of all time that people need to check out. I mean,
Right.
it's not as old as some of these other films that we talked about, but it's a definitely a classic in my heart because it just needs to show a little bit more respect because yeah, it never got a sequel. It truly deserves. So I think it's just one
Hmm.
of those films that are going to be forever. But you need to check it out if you can find it somehow, because I was lucky enough to find a copy.
All right. Cool.
So now I got a little bit of announcement to make. Seth, I am going to be involved in a podcast here in Oklahoma called
Hmm.
Okie Geek Podcast. I've been, and I'm not for sure what the topic's going to be, but I'm hoping that I'll I'll show up a little early before the recording so we kind of know what the topic is. But so far, it's going to be. I think we're going to be talking about toxic fandom, which I've been following a lot here lately, and I'm not. And hopefully that next time we can talk about that because there's some serious stuff that needs to be talked about. Because I mean, especially with what's coming from the Star Wars camp. So
By
that
the way, to anyone who's watching this, if you want to know more about this group that he's going to appear on, he'll have a link in it in below.
yeah, I'll try to see if I can find their website, put it in the link below, and if they have a live stream or something during the recording or something, I highly doubt it, but just check the Okie Geek podcast, and I'll you know announce it on my Facebook page or at least on popculturefeedback.com, which is my personal website that I've been running for over
Hmm.
3 years now. So, yay, achievement!
Yeah, got to get those Grammys.
I will probably never ever get a Grammy or a Tony Award. So
But you'll definitely get a nubby.
a nubby. I have no idea what a nubby is.
No, this is like. Don't ask why. I once won a nubby.
Yeah, I bet whatever the topic is that we're going to talk about, it will be great. I know the entire crew that's going to be on, so I'm kind of a good friend of them or a stalker, depends how you look at the situation.
Right, right.
Because every convention I go to, usually one of them is there or most of them. So
Mm,
so I'm not who's stalking who.
right.
So
But
so
yeah, and so there is. See, I'm not about to include one more film in this. It's like there's no chance of that happening. There's absolutely no chance that this happening. No way, no how, no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I swear, Mel Brooks is a genius. Doesn't matter how.
Yes.
And don't get me started on Blazing Saddles. Okay, that may be the most racist film that has ever been created by today's standards. I will love that film to the death.
Yes. Yes.
If there,
Oh,
and
and
there's
space. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and oh yeah, I gotta say something about Spaceballs. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. It seems like whatever he does is amazing. Yes, there will probably never be a remake of Blazing Saddles or possibly a sequel of Spaceballs, but Mel Brooks has humor in his films that I like.
Yeah. No. Spaceballs was such an all-time classic. Definitely one of his best. And the sci-fi nerds love him for it.
Yeah, I like to consider myself a sci-fi nerd as well.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. One thing though, I want to say though, where interesting thing you might not know, and those of you watching also, where Spaceballs was for Star Wars, Galaxy Quest was for Star Trek.
I've always wondered if Galaxy Trek was some kind of like
Star Trek parody.
yeah, Star Trek parody because they felt too similar at times. Like
Oh yeah.
I felt connected to those two, but those two films, Spaceballs and Galaxy Quest, they're probably one of the best parody films of all times.
Hmm. It's just, I mean, uh, Tim Allen did pretty good in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, he's a good actor, but people probably recognize this from more Home Improvement.
Hmm.
Or whatever that one Shaggy
Yeah,
Dog movie did with
right,
Disney.
right. But you could you can consider Galaxy Quest as Home Improvement in space.
Yeah. So I'm all out of great films that I want to talk about. What about you, South?
Oh, dude, I've got at least 30 more.
I don't think I can hold on for 30 more films.
Dude, literally, there's at least 300 more that I could just go into my box of DVDs and Blu-rays right now, just scrummage through them, randomly pick one, and have a good film to talk about.
Yeah, we can probably talk about movies another time, but I just want to say maybe a couple months we'll probably revisit. Maybe talk about
Uh-huh.
our favorite horror movies or
Oh, God, no.
movies that we secretly love that nobody knows about, or
Oh,
anything.
God, no. I'm horrible at telling secrets.
Hey, hey, I'm not afraid to admit some movies I secretly watch that nobody people know about, but I'll tell them, but probably not right
Yeah.
now because I haven't. I would like to see some movies, but then but can't seem to find them, whether they're on Video on Demand or wherever.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
You see, well, okay, there was one film that I had that I own that I secretly love and enjoy, but and I think it was called G. Oh shit! I better not say it. The Gundam community will kill me if I do.
I know what film you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah. No, we do not mention that until next time.
Yeah,
That is for next time.
yeah.
Next time on Brian Kills Himself. No.
Any final words of wisdom from you, Stealthbat?
Yeah. Don't watch the next one. For my sake.
You know they're remake. They're actually making another Gundam film, right?
I know, but just back. Move on.
Yeah. Move on. I'm gonna give this new Gundam film a chance if it comes out. Hopefully within the next 2 years, but knowing Hollywood, it'll probably be another decade.
Yeah. Well, I bet. Okay, we're getting beyond. We need to save that for the next one. So, all
Yeah.
right.
Let's end it right here.
Yeah.
I'm Dustin, German agent.
And I'm Stealthbat, hiding from everybody.
See you guys around.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.